So, today I'm going to be making you pork, apple and thyme empanadas, which are kind of like a South American miniature pasty.
There they are, look, your finished dish.
And we're going to be making a beetroot and apple crumble.
Beetroot and apple?
Beetroot and apple, yeah. Oh. I'll explain that in a bit.
Is that savoury, sweet?
Savoury, sweet, yeah. They're both kind of a savoury, sweet combo thing. So first, we'll start with the pastry.
This is the baking bit.
This is the baking bit. So this is for the pasties. They're it's basically a mix of butter, flour, a bit of baking powder, and salt. The baking powder gives a bit of lightness.
So it's plain flour?
It is plain flour, yeah. And just mix it all together just like you would with a normal one.
You say that as if it's very easy to make pastry.
Well,
I have to say, I love cooking, but I'm not very good at baking, so I kind of avoid pastry and
See,
cakes.
I think some pastries are really easy to make. Rough puff pastry, I keep going on about it to everybody, but everyone should have it in their repertoire.
Bit of rough puff.
Well, a puff pastry is like really exact, and they've got to be perfect layers, and it's really hard. But
a bit of rough puff.
Bit of rough puff.
So
It's way
who taught
easier.
you to bake? Or cook generally?
I was always from a kind of like cooking at home, baking family. So you know, my mum, we'd always have family cooked meals. Always have family cooked meals. Yeah. And
so you were just around in the kitchen?
Yeah, and as soon as I went to university, you know, I'd make my own and do that.
And you're constantly on the phone to your mum going, how do you do that
Exactly,
pastry
yeah.
thing?
So you bring that together with water, but then it's a very soft dough, so you wanted to put it in the fridge.
OK. Are you paying attention, Eamon?
Yes.
This is something you could cook for me while we're watching X Factor.
OK.
Saturday, OK. Mate's menu.
So put it in the fridge for about an hour, then get it out, and it's still soft, but it's way more workable.
OK.
So then you roll it out into little discs.
So it's not sticky then?
It's nowhere near as sticky, but it's still, these bits get a bit fiddly.
So you've got to roll it quite thinly by the looks of it.
You can have a go, yeah, about 2 mil.
OK.
So then you've got a little round.
Yeah, a little round flat circle thing.
So what I'd do is I'd cut those out and then put them in the fridge, because then they go a bit harder and they're easier to work with.
And then this is your filling?
Go to the filling, which is, you're going to sweat onions with bacon, onion, thyme, sweat it for... See, I'd sweat that for about half an hour. You want that to be really juicy, because then you don't want it to go dry.
Does the apple not go all mushy, though, like puree?
You don't want it to... If it was cooking apples, yeah, but we're using, like, Cox or Gala apples.
So eating
Braben, yeah, eating apples, because then they don't go as hard, as soft, sorry.
OK.
But still, soften them down a bit, get them going a bit juicy, so you get it into it. And then you want... to get pork, this is just pork mince, which this is really easy to overcook. So I'd literally flash fry it, add it to the mix, and then you wouldn't, mix it in, but then leave it to go softer. Are you going to use that again? No, you can turn that off. Yeah, so then you want to leave this, because that's obviously hot. You want to leave that for, well, just to cool down. It doesn't really matter.
So is this something you would like to do for a living? What's your real job?
My real job, I work in photography. I am a digital operator, which is kind of like a tech person on photo shoots, yeah.
OK. So do you want to carry on doing that, or you now got the
cooking
cooking
look
bug?
better, is that what you mean? Yeah,
exactly.
Take his number.
How are you at taking chins away?
Exactly. So we'll come over to this bit, which is, this is a cooled version of it. And yeah, if you can have a go, and you can see if it's a bit...
You show us first.
Well, I'll show you first.
So we're about halfway
this is a bit
through
soft.
now.
OK.
So we won't spend too long on me doing this bit, because I'll probably do it badly.
Yeah, OK. So I've been doing these all week, so it's been...
You've been practising.
Hopefully this is the practiced version, right?
So in your palm.
I think it's easier in your palm.
So not too much filling.
Not too much, because, yeah, otherwise it's mega hard.
I'll close it.
So fold it over.
Is that just around the edges you've done that?
Yeah, just around the edges.
So would you like to do this for a living? Do you know?
I'd absolutely love
to. Be a chef
I'm
now?
so passionate about food that I find it quite easy to kind of like convey it to other people.
OK, so that's the savoury element done, and we've got the sweet element coming up. Those go into the oven for how long?
Oven for about 20 minutes, and then come out, boom. You can have a taste of these whilst they're on the crumble. First attempt.
It's not bad, is it?
That's really good.
It's the Cornish girl in me coming out, see, like a pasty.
My word. So here, when we go to the dessert...
This is a beetroot and apple crumble. So it's kind of a standard apple crumble, but with beetroot thrown in, which is
Are you sure you don't mean blueberry or raspberry or something for colour?
No, beetroot. I'll get onto that. I'll start with this
or without
first.
vinegar?
It's without.
Without the vinegar, OK.
So first, it's a standard crumble mix, which is flour and butter, rub it in. I always do it by hand, but you can do it in the mix. And then I'm going to use a mix of both castor and dark brown sugar. It makes it a bit crunchier.
Yeah.
Wait. Add it all in, and then literally that's your crumble mix. That's going to be thrown on top. And then you want to get beetroots. You can either boil them, so boil them, blend them. You want a puree. So puree the beetroot.
Can you buy the one that's done that's not
As long as it's not in vinegar, it's absolutely fine.
And then, you know, but you don't do it without boiling and peeling. Your hands are bright red, aren't they? When you
exactly. And, well, I quite like that though. And then just mix it in, and then just put a few tablespoons of sugar.
Yeah, colour looks good.
Yeah.
And then you stew that, do you?
No, literally plop it in. That's the technical phrase.
Yeah, just...
yeah.
OK, very colourful.
So you don't kind of cook that off a little bit?
This is crumbles.
Smells nice.
To it?
Sorry?
Does it have a still bit of bite to the apple?
Ever so slight, yeah, but not massively.
And then you top it off with that, and then that goes into the oven for how long?
About 35 to 40 minutes.
In all traditional cookery slots, we have here's one you made earlier, because we've got about 30 seconds.
30 seconds? I'll not put those in the oven
then.
No,
don't pop those in the oven. Just find us one we can taste.
Ta-da!
Yeah, I'm going to be intrigued with this one.
Have you got your patties as well?
Yeah,
thank you. You have that one. I want a little pasty.
Now, the recipes, if you want to try these, are on our website. Try those. Now, this is going to be intriguing. Beetroot and apple. It gives it a... Is it a tautness, you say, in the business? Is it
I think it just gives body. You almost can't taste it, but you get the kind of effect.
I would not know it was beetroot. It gives it a nice colour, and it gives it a sharpness, I think.
Those are lovely. That is that sweet, savoury pork
it's lovely,
apple.
isn't it?
Very, very nice. Well, thank you.
Your
first debut live cooking.
Crumble.
You did very well.
Cheers.
Come back and see us soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.